morning, guys.
Good morning.
It is August 7th, AT day 181, and we have less than 100 miles to go. Woo! So it's funny that the countdowns go backwards the closer you get to the finish. We've actually started planning stuff for afterwards. Like, where do we go after this, and that kind of planning, you know, because we've been on the trail for so long. So we just left our shelter, and we actually slept in the shelter this time, and that's because there's nobody else there except Ketchup that we've been hiking with for a while now. Ketchup and Renaissance. Weather's great. Yesterday was nice and sunny, but on the tops of the mountains the views are still hazy because of all the wildfires going on. So not optimal, but it's still beautiful. Maine is amazing. Anyway, 10-mile day yesterday, which was pretty rough because we got a late start, and then today it's looking like 15 miles, and hopefully it's not as difficult. But we do have a 1,600 foot climb, so that should be interesting and probably not that easy. So we better get hiking, right? Let's hike. See. 13.1 mile day today. You see us here. We're at a stealth camp right next to this river. South Branch Carabasset River. We were originally planning to go to Crocker Cirque campsite, but it's only a mile ahead of us. But things have been so unpredictable with the Sobos coming south and the Nobos coming north that when we hit this point, we kind of hung out at the river for a little while and then just walked 25 feet or something, and we saw a nice stealth camp. So we decided we're just going to take this spot because there's nobody here, when potentially we could get up here and all the sites could be full. So that really hasn't been a problem for us yet, but we've got to some places that there were quite a few people there and the shelters are full. And so when you find a place, you take it. Well, I'll talk about that section here in a bit. But we'll go back to where we started today. Started back at Poplar Ridge Lean-To. Left out of there probably about 7 o'clock and began this descent down the hill. This little viewpoint right here, we never saw that. We walked right past it. And then we went down into this creek down here. And there's never a real waterfall down here. I don't know why that icon's there. But maybe during heavy rains or something, there's something down there. And it's starting to rain on us. So so we hung out there and we had breakfast down there. It was only about 2.5 miles from where we started at Lean-To. And then start this really long climb up. So get to about here, and that was the last water source before going up the mountain. And you can see the contour lines right there, that it's a pretty steep climb up to Lone Mountain, but really was not as bad as we were thinking it was going to be. And then you kind of walk along this ridge here. When you go over Spaulding Mountain, and then the junction that goes up to Sugarloaf. We didn't go up there because it's half-mile trail. And then as soon as you leave Sugarloaf, come down and right here at this Valley Views where we flew Cyclops the second time. And then this crazy descent. Look at those contour lines. It's like going down a cliff. We're almost going straight down. It was nuts. Anyway, I don't know why they build trails like this. And we stopped right here. So we're only going to do about 8 miles, 8.4 miles tomorrow, going to town for another resupply.